Anybody here can get it. Treat the game like a scrimmage now. Master B with the flow. I swear nigga got no limits now. I've been ballin' for a minute. Whole team full of winners. Anybody here can get it. You tuned into the realest now. Anybody here can get it. Treat the game like a scrimmage now. Master B with the flow. I swear nigga got no limits now. I've been ballin' for a minute. Whole team full of winners. Anybody here can get it. You tuned into the realest now.
Hey everyone, welcome to episode 7 of Off the Platform. I'm your host, Greg Turrell. I'm joined today by Jackson Hinch, my co-host. Geordie Shields has come back on board, other co-host. And we are really honoured to have Odell Manuel back on with us. When I say back on with us for the first time. How are you, Odell? How you going, bro?
Oh, bro, all good, bro. Thanks for having me, guys.
That's all good. I stuffed up that intro, but who cares?
We'll run with it.
We'll just go with it, eh? Yeah, we're not like that.
Yeah, we won't kick you off the team just yet.
Yeah. Right, so let me do a bit of an intro for Odell because we've got a couple of listeners. I asked a girl in the gym the other day. I said, we've got Odell coming on. And she said, who? And
that's it. Can't blame it.
Kick her out of the gym. You should have got her gym membership cancelled.
Nah, it's all good. Can't blame it, bro.
So, Odell, currently the record holder for Australia with the biggest total, with 1,115. Is that correct?
That's it, brother. Yeah.
That's it. Yeah. Number one lifter in Australia, and according to Open Powerlifting, number one lifter in New Zealand too, eh?
Oh, well, I don't know if the boys back home will like that, but I'll just take the Australian one. But
we don't.
All good, mate.
We don't want to upset the Australian boys.
It's the strong boys back home coming through, man. I'm looking forward to it.
Awesome. And I guess a lot of people probably don't know, but you got a bit of a history with Rugby League too, eh?
I did when I was younger. I started when I was 6, just like all the young fellas in South Auckland. But we started playing league when I was young. I got forced into it from my dad, but I think because he just didn't want me to hit the streets. But it's been a journey. I wasn't a natural league player, of course. It wasn't a natural. No way.
What's that? Why do you say you're not a natural league player?
I believe that. I mean, I made my first rep side when I was 11, but no. Only because I turned up to training. But I didn't start enjoying my footy until I was about 14, 15. And then I started playing all right footy after that. But it took me a while, to click on. But as you know, there's a lot of big boys back home, man. It gets. I wasn't as big as I was now. I was one of the smaller blokes, but it was really hard to play amongst the Island boys. They're really intimidating.
Yeah. Like I was saying before the podcast, my 10-year-old was playing league for a while, but he plays up. We play up north, and sometimes we go a little bit out west. But the boys aren't that big, and I kept telling him, wait till you see some of these boys down in South Auckland, and then you're gonna.
Oh, they're big. They're everywhere now.
Exactly. Yeah.
So I think Odell, you played on the wing. And that's typically, that's someone with a bit of pace. So was it, you say you weren't a natural league player, but were the other sports that were sort of along similar lines that you kind of gravitated towards? Or?
No. Well, that's it. Actually, the only one that I actually kind of half flourished in is actually powerlifting. That was like when I come straight into that, I knew straight away, it just comes second nature to me, but the league didn't. Oh, no, it didn't. Really didn't. I really had to work on it. And even when I did, ultimately make top footy, I still had a lot of weaknesses. Couldn't catch the ball.
What body weight were you when you were playing for the Warriors? What was your body weight? I've seen a photo of you recently on Facebook, and you're looking pretty lean. I threw a little curveball at you about the pies, and
well, you're right. Yeah, no, a lot of people go, gee, who's this man? They don't know who that man is. But I was only 96k there, 98.
Wow.
Believe it or not, I know us in powerlifting. Probably not you, Jackson, and probably not you, Geordie, or you guys. But I believe it or not, even though I'm a super heavyweight now, or we used to be, we're known to eat a lot of food. But I actually probably know more about food now than I did back then. Believe it or not, which is quite sad.
Wow. Yeah.
And I probably didn't, and then I probably wouldn't, just shown my true potential back then because I didn't probably eat enough, as you could probably see in that photo. But you learn from those mistakes, but I can pass it down to my son ultimately and my nephews. But probably it's just to my ignorance, I didn't really, the information was there, but I was just ignorant, just a typical South Auckland boy, just eat whatever. Even though
at least you get told though, nutrition's come a long way since then.
Yep.
Yeah, because this was late 90s, Odell? Late 90s?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there was still information out there on what to eat and all that. And obviously the Warriors are in, of course they had all the nutritionists and all that, supplements and all that. But yeah, I just, I didn't even take supplements. I was playing footy.
Nothing at all,
No, and that's probably why I still believe I still would have been a 110 kg player, like if I would have ate right and just did the right thing. But we did all right, I suppose. But I don't think I, gave it my best shot. But I did in powerlifting and the best I could. I always said if I get another shot at competing and whatever, I'll give my best. So I suppose we finished off in that way, in a positive way.
Happy with that, yeah. So,
definitely.
So 2 seasons with the Warriors, with New Zealand Warriors.
Yeah, and 2 with the Raiders.
And 2 with
the Raiders
with
was
the
Raiders,
beginning.
The Raiders was the beginning of the end. Like I just really just had a lot of issues where like attitude problem. I got homesick, just soft, right? I just left home. I was still living at home when I was at the Warriors.
Yeah.
Me and my wife, so they can say whatever they want to say, and I'll be honest, they were right. I was a bit soft. I got homesick, and that was the beginning of the end for me. And that's why I turned my back on league for a while, and that's why I come into powerlifting, something to forget about it. But obviously, it caught up with me later. But we can just still take the positives from the league, and because a lot of boys, even in the powerlifting, still want to know about what I did in league. So if I can use that to help them in a more positive way, we'll let it be.
Good memories. Any good memories from the league?
Just making top footy, really. And obviously, you always develop, 13 guaranteed 13 best mates every year. Depending on which team you're in, but it was a big. I didn't, if you ask any of the boys going through the grades, telling you that I would have made top footy, they would have said no. It was just one of those things. I just, I just kept on training. I just kept on turning up, and the mothership turned up.
That's it. Yeah, that's one of those things. The hard work. If you just keep turning up and just keep doing all the boring stuff over and over again, it just works.
Well, that's what we talk about. That's what we talk about all the time with powerlifting. No, you just got to 100%. Turn up to that training,
do the work,
100%. Go home,
that's
repeat.
Yep.
Yeah, eat, repeat.
Yep.
Oh, and as you know, and as you probably all know about me, you're going to get injured. One of those things. You have to push through it. Always going to get. Everybody knows my story. But you just got to keep on pushing through.
Well, because
to the goal.
You came into powerlifting with
injured
bad knees. You literally came into powerlifting injured and made it work.
I come into powerlifting with 2 torn cruciate ligaments in both knees.
Perfect.
And just bone on bone osteoarthritis. But that's why I had to finish.
That's exactly what you want when you're squatting.
Oh,
that's exactly what you want.
The early times it was all right, but obviously the last 3 years, which is probably where you would have saw me at Big Dogs, it was really bad then. I could only do just one working set leading in.
It worked.
But it worked, but I still believe we could have done better. Jackson, man, I look at it, I go, oh man, this guy's just going to keep the sky's the limit, because I see you with all the volume.
Thanks, mate.
See you doing all the volume, bro. It's going to work. And if you got good knees, but I'm not just saying that. I'm the only one that's training for injuries. I'm sure all you guys are the same.
Oh yeah.
You just got to push through it,
Yeah. Retire from injuries.
I think I remember talking to you at some stage, and you said that you literally wrapped your knees from 70 kilos.
Oh yeah, well, actually, just when I used to go pro, they used to laugh at me, the young fellas. And then, no, I don't mean this in a boastful way. I'm not trying to get smart.
Oh yeah, but then you go and squat 450 when they're squatting 220, and then
and that's when they shake my hand after they realize, well, he knows what he's doing there. But that's why. Because when I didn't wrap my knees, that's when they started puffing up, because they got movement, movement from the ligaments, and that's the only reason. If I had good, if I didn't have torn cruciate ligaments and all that, I would have just went knee sleeves. I hate wraps, but just obviously, with my bad knees, you have to use them. But it's just a real hassle using that knee wraps. They do give you heaps. Don't get me wrong about that, but it's just timing it, as you all know.
What was your biggest, just for argument's sake, because you used to compete in powerlifting Australia, what was your Did you ever max out your sleeve squat, or did you pretty much just go to
No,
reps
no.
after you left?
Remember when I come in, it was equipped. I wanted to do.
Very true. Yeah, true.
Even though that was the early days, which was the first year into it, when I went to Powerlifter in Australia,
Everything was equipped.
Even though my knees were, I think I could still squat without knee sleeves. I could go bare, but after a while, I just realised, you got to have at least knee sleeves and ultimately knee wraps because it was equipped then.
So it was all single ply, yeah?
Single ply.
Yeah. Did you ever bash a multiply or no?
No. I wasn't tough enough for that. But no. I did the single ply. I reckon the single ply squat suits and the deadlift suits were good. Just didn't like the bench shirts.
Yeah.
Wilkes didn't like the bench shirts, which is all good with me. But I didn't like the bench shirts, man. They were hard to use.
They're hard to get used to, the old bench shirts. Very, very temperamental.
Yeah, I remember. I don't know, was the katana? Oh, that was shocking.
Yep.
Yeah, but I was actually glad that. Yeah, well, obviously when I come to pro, it was just a knee wrap, so I was in my element.
And a belt. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah,
good times.
So that first comp at Del Lay, 2009, eh? I'm looking at
2009.
2009, eh? Yeah.
Yeah.
335 squat, 195 bench.
Equipped. Yeah.
Is that
300 was like 400 back then, and even when equipped,
like
everybody was still just just trialing things back then. But I mean, you all do that now easy just for warm up now. Just raw now. So it's just.
What year was that, Odell? 2009.
09.
09.
09. I started.
That was a novice too, eh?
I did novice.
It was 855 kilo total.
It didn't turn up to a novice comp and some guys sitting there going 855. I'd quit.
Oh no! Well, the boys were telling them I was coming through. I knew straight away, what I could do. But just it was really hot, because it was in Queensland. It wasn't like like just a shed and all that. It was really
like
hot.
A warehouse gym. Yeah.
Mm.
How were you received, eh? Because that was your first comp, and the boys knew you were coming through, and they knew that you were strong. Were you kind of welcomed with open arms, or?
Yeah, Wilkes put me straight on the testing. I knew you would, which is all good. And obviously at nationals, I got done for my pre-workout. Done me. But I just got done for the pre-work. I got 3 months. With that, but
I saw that. I saw that, but I couldn't pronounce it. Like hexamethanine or something like that.
Yeah. It didn't even help me. Actually, I maxed out the week before that. Just water. That was just Don't anybody's watching and they're young, don't listen to this. But I always used to max out the week before. I used to max out the week before just as I first started because I could recover straight away. I think I was about 31 then. I could recover then. But obviously, science, as you all know, Jackson and Geordie, you all know that you're not supposed to do that.
Yeah.
But I could recover from that.
I mean, some people can still do that. I'm not one of them, but some people can.
But you don't have to now. There's ways, right? There's science behind it. Don't do it. So.
Yeah, I maxed out on Monday night, and I'm still feeling it, eh? But I don't know.
What'd you hit, Greg? What'd you hit? Here we go, Greg. Come on, tell us.
No, it's one of your program, Jackson. So what did I hit? I had to do.
Hang on. What if it's hang on? Is this? I put squats in there, and you haven't been doing squats, so this has nothing to do with me.
No. I've been doing the squats, but it was 170. I had to do 170 for 4, but for some reason I had the 2 weeks off when I had bronchitis. And I just thought, stuff it. I'll just go straight back into the peak because you got that peak month. The last 4 weeks of your program was really hard, and I figured, I don't want to start again, so I'll just go straight to week 8, where it gets quite tough. And I've been feeling it. I think I might have to knock the weights back 10 kilos. So, yeah.
170 on bench, did you say?
Oh no, it's 170 on squat, man. I don't want to talk
about it. It'll be a squat. It turns into a max out.
Oh no, exactly. Yeah, it should be 270 for 4, but I'm not quite there yet. I'm trying to get back into it, eh?
Nothing wrong with that, brother.
We'll blame the bad programming and the bronchitis.
Oh, I tell you what, it's that coach, eh?
Get a better coach.
I know this online deal. I should have paid some mone. Probably.
So, Odell, it's interesting looking at that first that title that you first posted, and then in 2009, you see the evolution of Australian powerlifting and how it's kind of taken off. So it's really interesting that you said 335 is kind of like an opener these days when you're looking at the elite level powerlifting.
For the little guys.
So you really, you can see that, you know, lifters like yourself and Wayne Howlett and the other big names in Australian powerlifting have really lifted that game in Australia. Have you, when you look at, you know, your particular influence within that realm, within these lifts, you know, what do you take away from that, you know, when you reflect on your career?
Oh, I come at the right time, brother. You know, I came and then Marcos just started his pro raw journey, and then I come at the beginning of something that they already started off. I didn't start nothing, you know, but it just worked out for me that, you know, and big Wayne was there. He was really supportive. I actually beat him the first hit, and he come back and beat me the just before Christmas. But then 2013 we took off then, but he was really supportive, old Wayne.
Yeah,
but was really honoured to train to compete against him and with him, you know, when we went to Russia. So it was really good.
I was. Tell us all about Russia. What was it like competing in Russia? You know, the home. You know, would you guys say it's the home of powerlifting in many respects?
Well, when we went, there was Arkansas. That's like a country town. It's not like Moscow and all that. Moscow is like westernized, kind of half, you know, whatever. But Arkansas was the real Russia, I was told. And it was, you know, just in the sense they were nice people. Don't get me wrong, even though I couldn't understand their language. But there's a lot of big people there. Even the ladies were big, you know, just like Islanders back home. But I was used to that because I was from Auckland, you know. The ladies back, the Tongan girls, they're big, you know. I mean, at school when I was younger, I got beaten by a girl at arm wrestle. It's just, but yeah, these Russians, I know a lot of people when they go, you know, they're on the advanced advanced medicines and all that, but they're strong without it.
That's strong
mark
anyway.
My word, they're strong anyway without it, and they know how to train. And even when they do.
Sorry, no, I was going to say one of the things with that. Honestly, people always ask, and it's the best would still be the best.
Yep, exactly.
The best would still be the best. They're still the genetic freaks.
Yep.
You know, and they still work the hardest.
Still working, you know, and they start
best
off with
still be the best, 100%, with or without.
Because I saw guys, you know, I'm not putting no crap on anybody. I knew guys what they were taking, and they were still, you know, like in the gym here. So I said, and they were still, you know, like nowhere near as good as the IPF fellows. They were clean, and a lot of the guys here in Australia, I've got to give it to Wilkes, you know, like if you're in Australia, you were clean, you know, like in the tested realm. You know, Wilkes was really good there, you know, like he used to, you know, 24 hour, you know, like testing and all that. Come at any time, that's good. I don't know if I'm starting anything here, but I heard that he was asking the question overseas, you know, like, are they doing the same? And that's, I've got to give it to Wilkes, man. Like, I mean, if I didn't have bad knees and I didn't have to go on TRT and all that, I would have stayed with IPF, you know, like I really enjoyed it, but a lot of people don't like Wilkesy, but I really appreciated what he did for the sport. And obviously I went over to Marcos, and Marcos is, well, everybody knows Marcos.
Yeah.
He's the man.
I mean, to be fair, they've both had, like, in their own ways, like two of the biggest impacts on powerlifting worldwide.
Most definitely.
Worldwide. You know, compared to anyone, the two of them have, in their own ways, you know, but they've both boosted powerlifting just ridiculous.
They have.
Yeah, just different eras, but yeah, you know.
It's just, it was really lucky, really, to have top-notch competitions in Australia. You didn't have to go to America or Russia. It was here.
Yeah, Marcos and stuff have definitely hit that nail on the head.
You know,
what was
Jackson
the first? Yeah, man. I mean, how many have I done? I've done 3 now.
Yeah.
How many have you done? 4, 5?
Oh,
including big dogs?
Well, I missed some because I went to Russia, and then I did some capo ones, but I've forgotten.
Yeah, what was your first one? Did you do Pro Roll 4?
He's done 4.
I've got to look at the trophies down the bottom. I forgot.
You got a Hamish thing going on.
Yeah. I just would have got you to put them out, mate.
Yeah.
No.
Unlike Hamish, everyone knows who Odell is, so he doesn't need to show us off.
Hamish is the man, bro. That fella's massive.
So it looks like you did probably 4, 6, 7, 8, and 10.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah, that looks about right.
And then it would have been big dogs.
Well, according to Open, big dogs 3, and then big dogs 4.
Yeah.
But
that was 2018 was obviously
2018, and that was your biggest total, eh? That was the best one you did, eh? Yeah.
The best one. We lost, but it was my best performance. I think it was only.
Petrus won that one. Yeah.
Good man. Even though he can't speak English, good man.
Yeah, I met him in Czech Republic as well. He's a very large man.
He's massive.
My God, he is big. He is probably the most densely muscular person I've ever met.
Yeah, he used to be a bodybuilder, eh? So
he's huge, man. I couldn't get over it.
And a nice guy.
Very nice guy. Yeah.
I think his wife is a bodybuilder too, and she's
Denise. Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, that was probably my favorite. My favorite big dogs was that one. Yeah. When I competed against him, even though I lost.
That was the one where did you pop your hamstring and your hand? On that one, and then Brandon Allen got third, because he went for the win instead of popping you at second.
I popped my hamstring only because I ripped my hand, and I just tried to keep on going, and obviously I couldn't lift it because I ripped my hand, and then your bum raises up, and then it's a stiff leg and bang. Yeah. That's the only reason. I knew straight away after the 390. When that year, I knew straight away there was it. Once you rip it, it's gone.
Nah, that's it. You can't, especially when you're pulling the weights you are. You can't, you can't pull 400, 405 with half a hand.
I still believe I should have just did 400, and then I would have got it, and then that's it.
You would have won okay. Yeah,
but I didn't know that we want to play it safe, as we all do. You got to be smart. You got
to get on the board.
So you lost by 5 kilos, 5 kilos when you were. When you were.
But I was glad. I didn't mind. Losing against Petrus. He needed it. He's a humble man, and I was I was really happy for him.
You can't complain with 100 and was it 1115?
1115, yeah. 1115 with a torn hamstring.
Can't complain, no.
It was a good setup, Marcos and Emad know what they're doing, and they've been really good.
That was your biggest squat as well that year, wasn't it? 470.
470 that year, and better bench, bench. So it was really. Straight away, I think Brandon was, like a bit of banter around the back when I got the 265, which is good. He was good.
Yeah.
He got a bit of banter around the back, but I was used to that coming with footy. We have a bit of banter, but it was all good. All the love was at the end.
Yeah. Nice. He, because then he tried to pull for the win, eh?
Yeah, and he nearly got it.
Almost. That was very close, man. Very, very close.
He's an awesome competitor. Me and him are kind of the same in that sense, I bet he even told me that, but he's an awesome competitor. He's coming back now. He had
that car crash. Someone hit him on his motorcycle.
Yeah, big injury, wasn't it? Yeah, he was pretty roughed up for a while, eh?
He did the same to me, but then like when I tore my tendon off the bone, but then he had an accident straight after that. But I messaged him. I told him it took me 2 years. It was just I probably healed in a year, but it was just mentally. It
Get
took
the
me 2
confidence
years.
back.
Yeah, believe it or not, even the doctor told me, you shouldn't be squatting after a year. I still squatted after about 4 months. I shouldn't have did it. But we pulled off just right in 2018. What's the Pro 10? Yeah, we come back and
that was another good comp. That was dope.
We was successfully got there to win against the big fella.
Vlad.
Vlad, yeah. I think
did he bomb his deadlifts?
Oh man, there's a controversy with that. At the end of the day, I was just glad I got the win, but I don't know why he did that because he got up pretty easy. But yeah, I think a lot of boys are saying I bullied him at the back in the warm up. Because he deadlifted, 330. That's a good one. Well, my last warm up was 330, and the boy said, "Oh, you just did it in front of him just on purpose." And
that's not bullying. That's just being stronger.
Oh no! They reckon I deliberately went over there, and I went, and they reckon he looked at me and he started stressing. I was going, I didn't do that. That was the only part, the only deadlift part that was available. So I just went over there.
Yeah.
And, the boys go, yeah, right.
I
played mind games with them, but
or like you say though, the banter and the a bit of sledging and stuff is part of the game in the warm up room. If you can't handle it,
Well, I didn't mean to do that.
I've definitely said that to people that I've I can't remember what comp it was. It was one of the ones over when I was in the UK, and one of the lads that I was up against, I knew he had grip problems, and so when we were coming to deadlift at the end, I pulled my last warm up, and just after he pulled his last one, I just went out for his opener. I said, "Oh, did you work on that grip before this, bro? Did you sort that out?" And it was you just saw him start stressing, eh? It's awesome, love it.
It's the game, mate. It's a mental game, man.
Of course.
Geordie, you got some stories. You remember warming up with one of your comps, with the big boys, the big Russians?
Yeah, like I was getting ready for my big PB at 310, and I look across the room, and there's Kirill Sarachev warming up doing reps with 350, and I got the first call, and I didn't even hear it because I was so mesmerized by what he was doing. And then I realized I needed about 25 seconds to get out on the platform, and I ran and landed on a 25 kilo plate and literally skated across the room. And I just managed to get there for my attempt, which is really good.
So you was at GPA Worlds, yeah?
GPA Worlds.
GPA Worlds, yeah.
That was a massive comp, man. That must go down in the books as one of the superstar comps.
Yeah, the boys were there.
Yeah, ever.
Yeah, Odell, you pulled your bicep on the deadlift, did you, the day before, or?
Yeah, don't remind me, but yeah. But that recovery was real quick. I was deadlifting about 2 or 3 weeks after, because I always thought that the only reason why I did it is because I didn't fully extend my arm. So I knew once I fully extended my arm, the reason why I did that, I just had grip issues. So I just tried to bicep it, which you never do.
Yeah.
But we recovered quickly from that, and I think that's why. And then I come to your comp, the GPC Nationals, New Zealand.
Right. That was only 7-8 months later or something, wasn't it? 7 months.
Yeah. So we come. I was lucky enough, we recovered well, and ended up doing 400 again. So it's all good.
Yeah,
that was sick, man. That was, I mean, when you did that, what did you hit then? 1050.
1050, yeah.
That was
Actually, the mono you said, the pink one. I think it was called.
Yep.
That's probably the best mono I've been at. I don't know what it was. Maybe it's the color. I don't know, but it just felt better.
We still got it.
Yeah, it's still around. It's still kicking.
Well, it's the treasure for GPC's got it at the moment at her place. Yeah.
And I think you said the Oki for the deadlift bars. I love those. Yeah. I don't know, nobody else loves them, but I love them.
We've got a couple at Bodycore plus a Valhalla. Have you used a Valhalla Deadlift Bar?
I used one over at the guy that, in Auckland, in East Tamaki. What's his name? He owns. I don't know if he's still got the business. Yeah, has he still got that business?
No. Oh, he shut it down now. Yeah.
Because I saw him training from home, so I'm thinking he must have shut it down. So I used one of the deadlift bars there. Yeah, they were really, really, really sharp. The Valhalla ones.
Yeah.
That's been your. I was looking at some of the results. Has that been your Achilles heel? Has been your grip with deadlifts?
No, somehow just leading into the comp. Obviously you're bulked out, and somehow when I get bigger in my shoulders, I don't know what happened. I just have grip issues. I don't know. I just nerve damage. I don't know. Maybe carpal tunnel. I don't know. But it seems to ignite that.
As you get heavier, your hands almost get bigger as well. I had that when I got
my hands already fat anyway.
And your hands are massive anyway.
So it actually worked against me.
Yeah.
So.
And also, as your waist gets wider, some people find it harder to get down to the bar to set your grip, which I assume you would find the same issue.
It did. Yeah. Probably not the time when I did the 1050, but obviously when I done the big dogs ones.
Yeah.
Especially the last one. Yeah. The gut wasn't as lean as yours, bro. Or never has been, but.
Probably when you were 100 kilos playing for the Warriors. But yeah, that's definitely one of the hard things with balancing for powerlifting. You want to put on body weight to help the squat and the bench, but then it throws back your deadlift. So you've got to find that sweet spot.
Sometimes big isn't, everybody goes, big is good, but it doesn't work like that.
No, you've got to learn your leverages and also be able to last the whole comp.
Yeah.
Your fitness comes into play.
I wasn't too bad when it come to the because I think the 2018 big dogs, they went pretty quick, and some of the boys, I don't know what it was, but Marcos was saying that they were whinging it was too fast. So I was loving it. It was good.
Oh yeah, you just stay warm.
But some of the boys were whinging that it was too fast. But no, geez, powerlifting, man. Just push through, but it wasn't that fast.
Yeah. I remember that nationals that you came to over here in 2015. I don't know what happened. I had nothing to do with organising, and I'd never run a comp before then, so I didn't know what could go wrong. But it was like a 12-hour comp. That was a long day.
It was a long day, but
I
didn't mind because I was actually happy to be home.
Yeah. So it was a good time. We were just chilled out.
Long. Yeah, the old man went to sleep. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember seeing your parents there actually. Yeah, your mum.
Yeah,
mum
loved it.
Yeah.
Mum loved it, but Dad went to sleep, and lucky I had John, Big John Wharetunga.
Yeah.
He helped me. So Big John and the boys back home, so it was good.
Yeah, and Eugene marching as well. Yeah, I think. Yeah.
Eugene come to the pro roll that year.
Oh yeah,
when I went
he's over there now. He's over in North.
Melbourne. Yeah, Eugene helped us when I was when I went against Chad Wesley Smith.
That one. Pro Roll 7. That was
7.
7. That was great. That was the last one at HQ. I came to that
HQ,
one as well.
Yeah. So we that was a good win, but I wouldn't have did it without the team.
Yeah. That was a sick comp. That was cool.
But that's when I used to rap myself. I used to rap myself, but I got a bit lazy after that, so I got other people to rap me.
Easier to reach down there, eh?
Yeah.
Oh, just you just get puffed out, but I don't know. I just got lazier later on. It was just hard because I always used to do it real tight. Yeah. You don't want to rap it as tight as me, man. You might cry.
Jackson, you do a mean rap, don't you?
Apparently so. Yeah. So. I rap my own knees. Yeah. But me and Jamie down here, we both do pretty harsh raps. I mean, we rap a lot of knees, but when people are like, oh yeah, just go tight, we're like, no. Like it's like when you go to an Indian place and you say, oh, I want it hot. Do you want it like white person hot or Indian hot? Like, okay, do you want this rap like your tight or my tight? Like at nationals, Hamish was like, just go like tight. And I said, okay, well, I'll go like, I probably had one rev left in that.
Yeah.
And then he couldn't hit depth, so it's not tight is not necessarily better unless you're used to it.
No.
Yeah, some of the boys it throws them off.
Yeah. You got to be able to get you got to be used to it.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
So Dale, you talk about the team, mate. Who's the team? So I assume your wife or
wife. Oh, she's the boss.
She's the boss, eh?
Don't get that wrong, mate. Gee. I hope she doesn't see this. No, she's the boss, but I had Lachlan Large. I had a few of the boys, but Lachlan Large was always here with me. I always did my own programs, because my programs were easy. They're just linear. But it was a custom. Well, it was a custom for me. It wasn't like you use Jackson, with all the high volume. I always did the bare minimum, but it always worked for me. But don't
say that. Everyone's going to be going, oh, it could be a lot easier.
Oh, well, it's up to you. Like, I just had no choice because the more volume I did with my knees, and that's what happened with when going into the last one when I won the big dogs, that was the worst prep I had ever because the guy that I was I got to do my program, he was giving me high volume and it just didn't work for me. Hard for me to recover in the sense of inflammation in my joints. It just and that's why I didn't do pro roll that year too. We had something big I wanted to do, but just got injured. No, not injured, just my knee was puffed out and just couldn't come. But it's just the way I did things. It was in the off season I did like close to bodybuilding stuff, higher reps, but it was always the bare minimum leading in 12 weeks in.
So give us a bit of a what's a bit of a ballpark in terms of when you say the bare minimum? Like what would a typical workout look like?
You still did some pretty ridiculous rep sets.
Are we talking
I learned later that I always just did my opener 4 weeks out. I never used to do that. I used to do it 2 weeks out before, but it actually worked, and and then I just tape it down. After that 70%, 50%, and that'll be it. We just take the week off leading into the comp. But the last 4 weeks was the main one. There was the one where I knew where I was going to do. But a lot of the fellas, they freak out how I started off with 160, 3 6 to 10. My first week 12, the 12 weeks out, they go, and then I'll just increase it 40 kg every time.
Yeah.
Leading in.
Big boy jumps.
Yeah, that's how I did it. But that's the way it worked for me. Only you probably wouldn't do it science-wise. You couldn't do it, but that worked for me with my knees.
Mm.
No, yeah,
I just couldn't go heavy straight away.
Yeah.
You know.
No, that's fair. Like, I mean, a lot of people, they overcomplicate it. I do the same thing. I just say, right, I'm gonna hit this at comp, and I work backwards. And yeah, like you say, 12 weeks out, you know, if at comp I want to bench 230, 12 weeks out I'll be benching 150, and people are like, is that even worth? But it's, you know.
Yeah, you just got to go. It's got to go what works for you, Jackson? You know, like
yeah, definitely.
Everybody's different. And, but I still hit. Don't get me wrong. I still had a lot of guys, you know, like Brandon Greco, Thomas Lilly. You know, don't get me wrong. They still. I always used to message them and tell them, you know how I used to do things, and it was pretty similar to the way they'd lead into comp the last 5 weeks. You know, and I was quite happy. I just worked that out for myself, but. You know, after a while, 10 years doing it, you know, you seem to kick on, you know, and click on to what's best for you, and it worked.
Odell, who do you kind of who do you look up to in the sport in terms of your peers? You know, like which athletes are the ones that kind of light your fire in at a competition?
Well, you know, like I always. I think because he was a heavyweight, you know, Andre was always the best, you know, to me.
Yeah.
And me and him train similar. Not that I'm as strong as him, but you know, I train similar.
Pretty close.
Him, you know?
I gotta say, you're only 25 kilos behind, mate.
Oh, that's a lot. That's a lot. You know, like, but and a lot of his lifts, you know, they look like openers, you know. Like, you know, but he was the same. You know, he just squatted, and that's what I did. I know Jackson, you still got to do that, but I never did like the front squats and all that. I just didn't like it. I just squatted, and it just worked for me. And that was like with Andre too. He just benched. I suppose I had to do more because my bench wasn't all that good. But you know, he just deadlifted too. I think he did some deficit ones, deadlifts. I never did like doing the block pulls, you know, because it wasn't realistic.
Nah.
You know, if you're going to do some at least deficit was good because it's still the, you know. The full range of motion, you know, but
make it harder.
The block pulls were never. I never fancied those because you know you could always get in your, you know, at that point you're not really. You when you do a block pulls, you're in a perfect position. But when you do that, when you're doing from the floor, when you get to that point, you're not in the perfect stance like that.
Yeah,
it's kind
100%.
of. But that was just me, bro. You know, like I maybe I was just lazy. But
no, that's pretty. That's logical, man. That's smart. That's a lot more switched on than most people. Most people love a block pull because they can pull heavier, and then they're like, "Oh, I'm working on my upper back and my lockout." When their position off the ground sucks,
but I think
it doesn't make their lockout better.
I think what's his name used to do that, but in a work firm. What's his name? The guy you were? Oh, gee, sorry, bro. I should be punched with this, but what's his name? He's the best deadlifter. He was a Benedict. You were training with him anyway.
Andy Bolton.
Yeah, he did it. So and it worked for him.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, like a lot of his stuff was block pulls. He did when I was having a yarn to him, he said 3-inch block pulls. But then also, I mean, he was a freak. Like
he was.
I think when he from having a yarn to him, I mean, we'll probably get him on here at some stage and he can correct me if I'm wrong. But when I was talking to him, he said that before that comp where he pulled the 1,000 pounds, before he pulled that 455, the heaviest he went in the gym was 360.
Yeah, that's right. I think I heard that one too.
It was 360 for a triple. Just speed reps. He never maxed out unless it was comp.
Wow. Yeah, I heard that.
He just knew that he could do it. He said, right, that 360 move like that, I can do 455. Done.
You could gauge it just from that even.
How did you do that? I can't get my head around it.
Bro, honestly, I'll flick him a message and we'll get him on here at some stage.
How do you go from 360 to, hey, I think I could do 450, eh?
Dude, he's just, I don't know. It never made sense to me. I couldn't do it. You know, I don't think anyone else could do it, but it just worked for him and he knew it worked for him.
Yeah. It worked for him, by all means.
Yeah.
He just did speed stuff, bro. He's very, very explosive. Very, very explosive. And that 3-inch, he reckoned that he was actually weaker from a 3-inch block pull than he was from the floor. So if he pulled it off that from the floor, it was going to be easier.
Yeah. He's speed ripping it. Yeah.
So madness. Absolute genetic freak, though. I think when I was talking to him, he said the first time that he touched a deadlift, he pulled like 250 or something.
The first time, eh?
Wow.
Very first time. He just saw some guys in the gym doing it and said, "Oh, what's that?" And then went and tried it, and they were like, "Oh, don't hurt yourself," and it was like 140, and then he was like, "Oh, that's easy. Can I put more weight on it? And he did, 250 or something. It's probably, I can't remember what it was, but yeah, we'll have a yarn to him at some stage.
Get him on, yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, just absolute freak. Freak.
So Del, like in terms of your mental game, how do you get revved up for a comp? What's your routine?
Oh, I enjoyed it. The week leading in, it just felt like I was leading into a game, and that was the best. That was where I thought I had the edge. That was my personal edge. I mean, because a lot of people were stressed, and I loved it. And when I got to the comp, don't get me wrong, I still used to get to the comp, and check my surroundings the day before. But I used to love it, I always have a joke around in the back. I think a lot of you should see that. But yeah, I love that. Yeah. I love that stress and all that. Like all stressed out and all nervous. But yeah, I use that. I love that.
So it kind of felt like game day for you, like back in the league days,
Yeah, I think it was the league. That gave me that, and just reminded me of the like leading into a football game and all that, and. Yeah, it just gave me good memories there, and that prepared me for obviously in powerlifting. So it worked. But don't get me wrong. I got nervous. I'm not saying that I wasn't nervous, but I just enjoyed that. I just enjoyed that battle.
Yeah, used it positively instead of negatively.
Yeah,
cool.
Whether it be against Valhalla or Chad Wesley Smith, it was really good. It was
confident, always confident, or any doubts in your mind? Or?
Quietly confident, but I never used to show it. I didn't want to, like a showboat or anything. But yeah, I suppose that just wasn't me. But I was lucky enough to get the result. I think Petrus was the only one that beat me, but but I was glad that he beat me. Just couldn't have happened to a better bloke.
I think the sorry, you say you no, sorry, Greg. You were always very calm, like lifting. It seemed like, but there was an internal sort of confidence going on. Yeah, you know how you get those people that scream and yell and hoo-ha and what have you. You never really got into that. I think no
face slaps, back slaps.
I did, but it just didn't. Oh no, I didn't like the face slaps.
Face slaps, yeah.
Well, somebody did it to me.
I don't rate them, mate. I don't rate them.
Oh, I think I'm just soft, but somebody slapped my eardrum. They didn't slap my face, they had an eardrum, and I couldn't hear.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I just went off that.
Yeah.
Wayne Howlett wanted to do it to me.
Didn't do the thing where you twiddle the earlobes or something like that.
Twiddle the ears.
Yeah, the Russians do that.
Is that a Russian thing? I don't get it.
I don't know.
I didn't like that.
Yeah.
Jordan, you know anything about it?
Yeah. Only my missus plays with my ears, bro.
All right, wrong podcast, bro.
Yeah. It must work, Ben.
Yeah. It's all good, bro. As long as we're with the missus, bro, it's all good, brother.
It's all good. Yeah.
I think the first time you sort of really showed any emotion with lifting, Odell, I would have seen was probably that squat at Big Dogs 4.
Oh man, big
460.
Oh yeah, against Petrus, yeah.
No, the Big Dogs 4, the one that you won.
The last one, yeah. No,
that
was like I said, that was the worst prep. Nobody knew because I didn't show it. But oh man, we just fell over with my squats. I only showed the good squats leading in, but it's the worst prep I've ever had. No disrespect to Glenn Hansen, my mate. Like he was the one that trained me. It was nothing to do with him. It was just
Odell. You were 160 kilos. You weighed in on that comp. It's the biggest you'd been on the platform. Is that indicative of the preparation or nutrition or?
I'd say I probably would have got away with 155. Maybe I was just a little bit too big, but it is what it was. It is what it is, and we still got the goal, but it was a tough day. It was a tough day. I actually went an injured too, bad knee, but yeah, no.
That was a 470. 470, not a 460.
It was only because I was just.
Oh, sorry,
it just
470.
really got me. The mind, because we did the heights at the back, and then I walked out. I told them the heights, and I walked out, and the heights were taller than my head.
Yeah.
I was going, and you know how it goes. When you wrap your knees, you've only got a minute or even 30 seconds. So they had to do that, and then I fell over, and then it was just. Probably the time when I fell over, it's one of those things where we had to dig deep. I felt like giving up, but I thought, no, you got to push through. Just a bad day, but Mum and Dad were there too, so I was thinking, no, I better not give up here because Mum might slap me. I'm not gonna but yeah, it was pretty tough. It was a tough day, but we got the win. So If I didn't have bad knees, and I would have been going on for another 5 years. But nah, that's enough for me.
Yeah. Not going to do like bench only or be a deadlift specialist?
Oh no, I'd do bench only if I knew I was good at it. But I'll leave it to I think there's a Kiwi bloke here that's probably got the big bench now, 290. I forgot.
Oh yeah, he trains with Thomas.
Kiwi fellow, that.
Yeah.
Kiwi guy.
Yeah, and it was like his second ever comp. I can't remember his name. I'll find his name. It cracked me up because when I first saw it, it was like his second comp, and he did 290. He's like when you're out and you say that you lift weights or whatever, and everyone's like, "Oh, what do you bench?" And you're like, whatever, 220 or whatever it is. And everyone's always got that uncle that benches 240 or 250 more than you. He's actually that guy. He is that guy that would have been, my uncle benches 260, and you're like, fuck off, mate. No, he doesn't. But he actually is that uncle that benches 260.
He did. He did it pretty easy too. Pretty clean, and it was good.
Yeah.
Fusser is probably pretty another Kiwi that's good too. He's a free lifter.
He just did a comeback comp, didn't he?
Yeah, he was. He's been struggling a bit, like just away from powerlifting, but he's come through. I'm really happy for him. But he's a really good bencher. He did.
He's done 600 pounds. He's done 272 and a half. Yeah.
He did it before, but I think he did a 3-second pause.
Yeah.
I said, stop showing off. I said, just do the bare minimum, just push it off. But he reckons he has to do it like that. But
that guy was Andrew Cooper. That's Andrew Cooper.
Yeah.
But I was just watching. He's just doing some reps with 230. That's ridiculous. But yeah.
There you go. He's going to hit 300 soon. So good on him.
Ludicrous.
It's good to see. But I just do the lighter training now. I don't go heavy, and a lot of the boys go, "Gee, you're doing more than one rep now at the gym."
I saw you're doing 180 for 10 on the bench. That was.
Oh yeah, I train at the gym, but I've still got my setup at home. I used to have mono lift and everything, but I donated to my the guy that used to help me, Lachlan Large. He's got his own gym now, so I just gave it to him because I'm not squatting no more. I do the leg press and all that, but I don't do any squats, so I just gave it to him. He's got his own business, so be more used to him than me. So, but I've still got a deadlift platform. And
the knees still give you? Are they giving you trouble now?
Oh, they'll give me trouble if I squat, but they're all right now. But it's
not day to day, not like walking around. Yeah, you can.
Yeah, I still can walk around. It's all right, Greg. But I think ultimately I'll probably, I don't want to say it, but I probably need a knee replacement. It's just bone on bone. But it's been all right lately, and I can still train, just still do, the leg extensions and all that. That's, it's better than nothing. And obviously I can still do the upper body. So, always got it. Got the kids. Got my 2 kids. My other daughter, oldest daughter, she's come back home, so got all my 3 kids at home. So. Yes, a lot of boys want me to train them over here, but I just got no time for them. Straight after work, I finished work about 4.
I was going to ask that question, Like, has the coaching bug got you, or you thought about doing the coaching?
Well, getting coached by me, they'll find out that I was really basic, as you can see from me. And I wasn't no guru. I used to keep it basic, but I just got no time. A lot of the guys, I just tell them, I said, when I'm training at the gym, you can train with me. That's the time I've got, but I can't, like once I'm looking after the kids in the afternoon, that's it, I've got no time for anything else. And then in the weekends, the wife, mate, when the wife wants to go somewhere, it's family, you got to go.
Yeah. So, that's why we're doing the podcast midweek, bro.
Yeah.
No, all good. No, I was still did it. Actually, just at the moment, I'm doing a bit of security work in the weekend. Oh man, that's torture. Only because my mate, he begged me to do it. But he wanted me to bounce with him, and I said I don't want to do that job. But he needed me, so I said he's got me until Christmas, and I'm gone.
That's a lot. Is that nights or days?
Nights. But a lot of the young fellas that go down there, the ones that drink a lot and they go silly. A lot of them know who I am, so it's pretty good. And I think that's why my mate got me.
Yeah,
so they behave, not to the point where I'm going to slap their face and all that, but just like to the point where they kind of respect what I did. And then I tell them, I say, we can go train later, and then that's that calms them down. But a lot of the young fellows, they know me, and then that's it. I'm glad then, if I've left that legacy to help, so I'm happy. I've did this journey in powerlifting. But there's a lot of young fellows down there that need help. But it is what it is when they're drinking alcohol. What do you expect?
Yeah. Have you had anyone take you up on that? Like coming in training with you? I mean, like to be honest, if I was in that position, dang, you would jump at it, would you not? Like as a young up and coming lifter.
Oh, well, there's a few. There's actually a couple of Kiwi guys here that I used to take in the morning, early Saturday morning.
Nice.
But obviously, I've got the shift on the Friday, just too tired. But I told them I'll train with them during the week. But yeah, there's a couple of Kiwi guys coming through, and there's a lot of my daughter's friends that want to train with me. But when I can, I do it. But I just finding the time. But
yeah,
I just know now that that I don't training for the league powerlifting no more. I just freaking out how much energy I've got now.
Yeah.
We put so much work into powerlifting. I just didn't realize, Probably put as much commitment as I did when I was NRL, but it was weight. I was always away, man. Always away. I was never home. And I know you're going, oh, but we didn't get it. Man, I wish we got paid, but we didn't. I did get paid, but we just get paid at the from sponsorship, but we don't get big money like Jonathan Thurston or Ruben, all those guys, but we still put in the work, Jackson, we still put in the work, but the sport's not professional.
No, unfortunately.
But we put in the hard work too.
Yeah, it's not much of a spectator sport, to be fair, powerlifting.
Yeah, that's it.
But like you say, guys like Marcos and stuff are doing their utmost to make it, to give it the opportunity to make it a more professional sport, more of a spectator sport.
That's it.
More public friendly, which it's coming along. It's 100%
because you've
along.
seen, I mean, 10 years, you've seen heaps of changes in powerlifting in Australia.
Massive changes,
Yeah, I mean,
and it was that Pro just really ignited it. It just Marcus and he made the well.
That collaboration with Tony Doherty and the Melbourne Festival, I think, has been huge for powerlifting as well, hasn't it?
Massive.
Yeah.
And a lot of the bodybuilders, even like yourself, but Geordie, I look up to you guys. A lot of the big bodybuilders, I looked up to you, but then I didn't realize that they were following me too. So you just do what obviously I'm not going to ever be a bodybuilder, but you just do what works for you. What you're meant to do, and it just all works out. Like all these bodybuilders, I couldn't believe they followed me.
Yeah.
I found that when I went to Arnold, they wanted a photo of me. I said, "What?" But it was really, really awesome.
Well, you're pretty good. Let's be honest. You were pretty good.
Yeah, come on, man.
Oh no. I was lucky. But like I said, boys, I had a good team, had good sponsors, and that's a lot of ways. I'll probably jump in the gun here. That's probably why a lot of people go, "Why'd you compete for Australia?" But they taught me how to powerlift.
That's where you've done all your training. Yeah,
me.
I mean, yeah.
Did you ever get any pressure to come back to New Zealand and compete?
No. Everybody was good back home, including yourselves. Even though the parents were good, my family was good. It was honour. But everybody knows that I'm a Kiwi, so it was all right. It was all good.
Yeah.
Everybody knew I was still representing New Zealand anyway. Even though I was, so look at me. I look like you can tell I'm a Kiwi. So, but I like I said, I competed for Australia, and it was a huge honour. But they were good over here. I'll never forget. But they always ask me, who do you support when it comes to All Blacks and Wallabies? And I said, don't be silly, All Blacks.
Silly question too.
Yeah,
it's a silly question, man, because we're brought up with that.
Yeah.
And I think when I see on the post, I always like give a bit of banter to the boys, but it's all lovely. You can't take the All Blacks away from me, man.
Nah.
I love watching them.
So Odell, what do you think about powerlifting in terms of where it needs to go or the future? Like if you had your wish, what would you wish for with powerlifting, and how will we get there?
Well, like I said, like over here, that's all I can only speak for over here. Like whatever Marcos and them are doing, it's awesome. Like I just wish that it could be more, even in the country towns like here, more powerlifting, opportunities here. Because up here in Queensland, it's league rules, and it was hard, like the local team here, which is called the Capras. They were the feeder club to Queensland Cup, which is like their feeder to the NRL. And, no disrespect, because I know the coach, but they were always losing, but they were still getting pumped, 100,000. And then you got me and Cleo Van Wyk. We were the strongest in Australia. She was the strongest woman, and I was the strongest, guy. And we hardly ever got any the backing, So it's hard to get the backing because like rugby league's got there. So we can turn that around, and Marcus and them are doing it. They're trying their best, but from Melbourne, like we need more up here. And Scotty's in Brisbane, but I just feel the littler towns need it, because there's a lot of guys that you don't realise they want to take up powerlifting, and a lot of women,
and they'll be good at it too.
Women.
Yeah,
there's a lot of girls. I think there's like a lot of the girls. I'm probably like that too. Like you get emotional, but when they get denied, because they don't look good, they don't look good enough. So a lot of them turn to powerlifting and they love it. Because you can't, it's not based on looks there. It's based on strong,
very quantifiable. Whereas bodybuilding is very, very subjective. Obviously, as one judge could love you and another hates you in the same show.
For your look,
you
can't lie with the strength there, man. You either got it, or you haven't.
Yeah, exactly.
But there's a lot of the. Yeah, no, it's been a huge journey here. But
like you say, there is a lot of people in the woodwork that want to get into powerlifting. Ashley that we just had on, she's only been powerlifting for a year and she's already totaled 580. It's just
there's a lot of strong
girls. It's ludicrous. There's a lot of strong girls around, man, and they just need that foot in the door. They need someone to give them the chance to actually do it.
Yeah, well, she was saying that when she first looked at powerlifting, she was like, "Oh no, that's a boy's thing." That's a boys thing.
And then people are like, "Actually, nah, have a bash."
Actually, no, and now she's squatting 240. So
that's insane.
What did you squat the other day, Greg? Oh,
well, moving on.
About it. Yeah. Girls are strong, and I heard they can take more than us, but I won't lie there because if the missus says that I don't, I'll get the slap. But I heard they can do more volume than us. That's what I heard.
They can. They can. Yep.
Women can do more.
Yeah, they can. Their recovery capacity is a lot better than the males.
Yeah. Jackson, my man, there you go.
It is. It's true. Yeah, it's a funny
one.
What
you can't see, it's just outside the camera shot is Jackson's wife looking at him.
Give me the thumbs up.
She's going.
Nah.
Yeah, you better
agree. It's really awesome to see the little girls doing that. The 200 squat. And 200 squats heavy.
Yeah.
180 squats heavy.
Yeah, you still chuck on your back. It still feels heavy. It doesn't matter how much you squat.
I can attest to that. Yeah, preach.
Wait, I thought you just said you did 170, Greg.
Oh yeah, but I've done 180 before. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah. Back in my day.
Back in the day, yeah. I nearly got to 300. Nearly got to 300. Yeah.
So are you still bodybuilding, Greg? You used to bodybuild before, eh?
Yeah, no, it looks like it. It looks like it. Should I just?
Stop
No, I'm trying.
That's why you're lean, mate.
Yeah. No, I'm trying to make a comeback. I'm trying to make a comeback to powerlifting. But it's proving. I don't know. The journey's proving a little bit harder than I thought.
And it's starting to look like bodybuilding.
Yeah, I know.
You're lean, bro. Need to be fat like me, mate.
Every 6 months, I'm like, oh, maybe I should get this bodybuilding thing a go again. Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's I'm really happy with what you're doing back home too. It's really good to see. It's really professional. GPC New Zealand. I'm really excited for you.
Awesome.
But I'll be. Hopefully next year I can come back and I'll catch up with you in person. Like obviously in Auckland. And it'll be good.
No, I'd love to have you, man.
You come back sooner, you get a free hotel stay on the government.
The old man's back there now. He's in quarantine. Now he actually missed his flight, silly fella. Forgot his passport, but so he's on now.
That old chestnut.
Yeah, I hate that. Yeah. That's like my worst fear is getting to the airport. I think I must tap my pocket 10 times. Every minute I'm tapping my pocket making passport's still there. Yeah. That's the last thing I want to miss, eh?
Yeah.
Awesome. Now we'll get you back. We'll get you over here, Odell. It'll be awesome to have you come and I won't say guest lift, but just come and have a yarn and have a chat.
Man, I tell you what, if I didn't have a bad knee, man, I'll be still, competing here and there. But I just have to move on, let the young fellas come through. That's us. Like you, Greg. Good mate, come through. But
I'm actually the same age as you.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm 6 months older than you. What are you? You turned 43 in January, yeah.
Yeah, January 12th, yeah.
January, yes, yeah.
So when's the big comps coming up back home? When are you going to do a pro raw back home? You do, eh? You got that big one down in Christchurch you had.
That was we had the New Zealand Open.
Yeah, that was last year and the year before.
So you and Nick took that, Jackson, or you, Greg, and Nick?
Nah, Nick ran that. I just did it. I did it both times. I'll always back back people when they start comps like that. Because
Yeah,
like you
man.
say, it's the same as Marcos and Emad. It's good
just
for
get
the
it-
sport. It gives people a target. You know, it supports the lifters. Because like you say, everyone puts in the effort, but you get treated. You know, you need to treat the athletes like professional athletes if you want them to.
I think it's about that, having that pathway as well. Like, events like Pro Raw and New Zealand Open, they take away that federation piece and they just make it an open event. And, you may have 1 or 2 flights, but you have the best of the best.
Yeah.
And it gives people that something to aspire to. And I think New Zealand Open is a good step that we were using, or Nick was using, to springboard into like Pro Raw.
So are you going to do it again, or is it because obviously COVID? You got to slow down, but
Nick didn't do it this year, but he's there is word on
course.
the street, and heard it here first. But maybe next year. I think he's looking at doing it again. But it's still early days.
But I'll be looking forward to it. I don't know when, but I don't know when the Pro Raw is going to happen again. But obviously because of the bubble, but I think it's going to be a while away.
It's a hard one. Everything's a bit uncertain at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah, because the international, you need all the international lifters, but like yourselves. But,
well, I mean, the Aussie have enough competition as it is.
Oh no, some boys like yourself coming through, bro. Like a lot of the boys there's some big Tongan boys coming through too. I see in
man. Yeah, I saw Dale sold both the Miatas, and then So and Ruth and BJ bought one, and then a couple of the other Islander boys bought the other one. They turned it into Nesian Fitness, and there's just guys that you've never even heard of repping like 200 on bench, and you're like, where have you come from? So, like, literally, where have you come from?
Yeah.
So it'll be good to get a few of those sorts of guys into some actual competing, because they're just stupidly strong. Yeah,
well, I said to Ruth over at if she wants to run a novice, we'll throw some refs her way, and she can make her own little decile one thing, and because she's got some young guys and girls there that want to get up and running, and they'll come in, they'll rep my max on their first attempt. So
yeah.
Oh mate, it's only because they're younger, mate. Come on.
Exactly.
Keep using that excuse, Greg. Keep that in the bank.
Oh, getting hit hard today. All good.
We should be hitting Hamish harder because he's not here to defend himself.
No, exactly. And I'll make some comments about him in the write up when I put this one up.
Yeah.
How is Hamish? Is he still competing or?
Well, yes and no. Running away from competition, some would say.
Yeah. He's running. He's got a big business, isn't he? A successful
business.
He's
a big wig now. Yeah. CEO of Ready to Eat. Yeah. Muscle Fuel and all that. He's doing well.
Those are the best meals I've ever had when he gave them.
Oh, there you go. Boom.
There you go. Oh,
Hamish.
There's a plug.
When he gave it to him when I come back.
We weren't trying to plug Hamish on this one.
Oh, sorry, sorry, mate.
No, he was supposed to turn up, but he couldn't make it, so we were gonna, give him a hard time. But no, that's all good.
Yeah, it was when I came back for the, when I competed with you, he gave me some. Oh my gosh, beautiful.
They're pretty good for microwave meals, to be honest. Yeah, ridiculous. Yeah. No, he's good. He did. We had a wee bet going at Nationals that's just been. And he reckoned, he still hasn't paid me. He reckoned that he was going to out subtotal me because he did squat only and bench only. And then I did the 3 lift. And both me and Ben in the 3 lift out did his squat and bench. But he's still claiming that he won.
Well, Jackson, man, I'll tell you this, man.
He's a fighter.
He is.
You're not going to get
he'll take any loophole.
I'll tell you what, you're not. I'll tell you, 400 deadlifts is going to follow you soon, bro, Jackson. I can see
Hopefully.
it, man.
Hopefully,
and you know it. I know that's what you're gunning for. I can see. I've been watching you train.
I just need the right day. I think. I mean, I did some big reps in that last prep.
I saw that.
So yeah,
wow,
it's on the cusp. I'm gonna have another bash next year. Probably. I might as well say it now. Fuck it. I'm gonna probably do the log and deadlift in February.
Yep.
Down here. So it'll be strongman, but I'll do it powerlifting style. I fucking hate straps.
Well, I'll tell you what, Jackson, man. I'll tell you what. I'm not trying to, I'm not trying to blow wind, but man, I'll tell you what you're doing there. When I was leading, that's what I was doing. What you were doing, and I got 400. So I don't know. Maybe towards the end, maybe you just have to just back off a bit and just give yourself to recovery. But the reps you were doing in the 300 and all that, in the 320s, was the same as me.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know. Maybe.
We'll see. What we need to do is
too much. Yeah.
We need to put another 20 kilos on his frame, I think, Odell. Then he's ready.
Oh, mate, he'd be doing 420, 440.
Yeah.
Don't know.
I've
Could you handle that, Jackson?
No, definitely not. I think
140?
when I did that NZ Open, I got up to 132, but it was a messy 130 plus. Man.
Yeah.
Like,
You'll know, Jackson.
I was just fat, you know.
Yeah. You'll know. There's a point there where you just got to go. No, sometimes too big is not good.
I want to see 140.
Yeah, 140.
Yeah.
Oh,
how old are you, Jackson? How old are you?
I just turned 28.
Oh, mate, just in time, bro. You still got time, bro. You don't have to go 140 straight away, mate.
So, I was going to say I'm going the wrong way. I'm dieting down. I'm back down to 118 now. I feel good though. I feel very nice though. I feel good. But
it's getting ready for the summer festivals, eh?
Yeah, bro. Got to go to Bay Dreams. Get a tan. Get a wax. I'm ready.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
130 for 30, eh?
February we'll have another bash at 400 and see what happens.
It's just around the corner.
Yeah, on the home turf. I don't have to squat beforehand as well, which is great. The guys down here hate it because I just sort of token the log. I'll do like 100, but then I'll out deadlift them by 70 or 80 kilos and win.
New Zealand's strongest man, eh?
That's it.
That's it.
No, I wouldn't have against Coleman, Matt, and Stan. Man, those guys are. Yeah,
you need about
those guys are a different league, man.
3 feet of height, don't you, to catch up to Coleman?
Yeah.
They're a little bit heavier than you two, bro. Come on, give us some. Give us some credit.
But I mean, there's no weight class in the jungle.
Yeah, no Glossbrenner.
There's no formula in the jungle.
Oh, there's got to be a formula, right? Let's just start.
There's got to be a formula somewhere. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll make one up. All right. So Odell, we'll leave it there, man.
Good, bro.
Want to thank you, eh? That's been awesome catching up.
Awesome catching up with you guys, man.
Do you want to have any final words? Sponsors, family, friends, any shout outs?
No. Just shout out to you, man. I'm just really proud of what you're doing, man. All this here. And, even though I competed for Australia, my heart was always home,
Oh, good on you.
And that's always going to be home to me. But ultimately, this is where I'll be living for the rest of my life now. This is where God's brought me to be. And it's been good here. I've got good food. Even though they're not family, they're like family to me. They're like my friends here. They've been looking after me. So I'll be coming home to visit, but I'd say this is my base now for the rest of my life, I think.
All good. Home is where the heart is, bro. Yep.
Yeah. Oh, well, as long as I've got my 3 kids here, and my wife, and they're doing well. She keeps me in line. My wife, everybody knows.
Mm-hmm.
When I go off track, the wife slaps me. So
I think she gets half the credit for your powerlifting success. I always remember seeing some of the dinners you'd post on Facebook or Instagram that she cooked you, and I was like, all right, this man's in for a good session tomorrow.
No, she made me 160.
Yeah.
I was overweight. It was her fault. But yeah, she's been real good. Everybody can hear her when I used to train, in the background.
Yeah,
cheering me.
Yep.
If it wasn't her, it was my stepdaughter. She don't live with me. She lives with her mates at the moment. My stepdaughter actually, I actually did the bench, and I actually I failed, and I had the face saver on a little bit low, and and if it wasn't for my stepdaughter, I probably would have. I nearly passed out.
Whoa!
She come and pull it off you.
She had to pull the weights off the side, but she goes, "Gee, that's 25 kgs. They're heavy." I said, "Yeah, no, I'll be all right. Just take it off the side." But yeah.
Oh, so the bar was stuck on.
Yeah, it was stuck to the point where it didn't stop me from breathing, but it was just still pushed halfway. Bro, I was panicking, But
yeah,
I felt like I couldn't breathe. But lucky for my stepdaughter, she was there, and I couldn't move it because it is. The face there, you can't really.
Nah.
If you can lift it up, you can lift them both up and lift it up. But lucky she was there. She was only 50 kg, but. Yeah. I said, take it off slowly.
I remember seeing a video of you, Odell, unloading a bar on the deadlift platform at a competition backstage.
In Russia.
Yeah. And just tell us about that, man. That was hilarious.
It was hilarious, and then a lot of people laughed at me, and even Andre, that was his most favorite video he's ever seen. He laughed at me, yeah, that was the Russians' fault. Just blame them. They didn't put the collars on.
How much was on the bar?
360.
I just remember 360.
That was the last warm up. And the Russians loved me after that. They couldn't believe that I recovered from that. They thought I blew my back.
Exactly.
No, I'm good. Oh, still, I probably didn't get what I wanted to get ultimately on the platform, but we still did 400. But the Russians loved me for that after that. They're freaking out. But,
it was like dominoes, wasn't it?
Yeah, I was going to say, just for the people that listen to this instead of watch and haven't seen the video, so just
watch it.
Go watch the video. Yeah, it's good. It is hilarious.
You won't stop laughing.
Yeah, all the plates come off one side and they all come off the other, and
all the Russian boys
love to the bar,
and he's still left holding on to an empty bar.
Well, KK come later. And he was getting up the boys that did it. They put the collars. He was a good mate of mine. He really looked after me.
Yeah.
He was actually watching me deadlifting. He was actually giving me some coaching leading into that comp. It was really awesome. He was a good man.
He was quite meticulous about his deadlifting, though, wasn't he? He liked to set up everything.
He was a guru. He was a guru,
Yeah.
and he was and he could speak English. He was, he spoke clear English. So, it was really sad to hear the bro, and he passed away, a few years back. But he was a good man. Yeah. I didn't even know he knew who I was until we got there. I didn't even know he knew me. Yeah. And then, it was a huge honor to compete against those legends of the sport.
Yeah. But you're one of them too, bro.
Yeah, you are literally one of them now.
One of the barbecue eaters after the powerlifting.
Always turn up for the sausage sizzle.
No, always. No, thanks, guys. I appreciate that.
Awesome. All right.
Thanks for coming on, Odell.
Oh,
God bless you, bro.
God bless you guys, and keep up the good work.
Cheers,
Take care.
Cheers.